welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I posted a video here, and I'm actually gonna talk about why that is today, because I have been super busy being behind the camera, and actually I have been the main actor for a film that I'm playing in, and I finally now have some time to go into depth about how it actually is to be an actor and what actually happens behind the camera and how the lifestyle is. And it's definitely not as I thought it would be, and I don't think it's close to how anyone would experience it is. It's really hard being an actor, first of all, and I really respect the big actors that we know about, because I just know they have worked insanely hard to get where they are today. My life has been super crazy lately and so busy, but I have had so much fun. Finally now I have time to make this video and talk more about how it really is to be an actor. So I moved from London to US to go more into acting. I have been really lucky. I got an opportunity that is extremely rare, and I haven't taken any acting education. I only took a course, a 6-week course in London, and it was a really good course. I understood more about what acting actually is and what it takes. And I know that the part that I got for this film is not normal to get when you just have taken a course and you don't have any experience from the past. Of course, I have some experience with campaigns and stuff from modeling. I started modeling when I was like 16-17 years old, so I have some experience from that and also a lot of confidence from that. But other than this, I would say the fact that I played the main character and the leading role in a film when I never even taken education or have any experience before as an actor, that's really rare. And yeah, I'm really lucky. So the reason why I got this role was not only because I had the perfect look and energy or personality for the character of this film, but also because I will tell you, network is everything. Network is everything. If you know some people, you can get really far in your life. As long as you know how to, you have a big social media, you have maybe some experience from other things, and the capacity to do the work that they want you to do. So I was really lucky to actually know the director of this film. Otherwise, there's no chance I would have gotten this role. So he told me that I should cast for this role and try out to be 100% sure about me being the right character. So I did that. That's how it all started. So I just flew to USA to be a part of this film. So before we started filming, there is a lot of preparation. So first of all, I had to learn just over 40 pages of manuscript, and although not all of the lines are mine, I still have to know all the other actors' line, because I need to know the response to my line. And one of the techniques to learning and remembering things that you're supposed to say as the actor is to remembering what the other roles are saying, to know what you're going to reply. So I definitely have trained my memory this past weeks. So that's a part of the preparation. I got about 1 month to learn the whole manuscript, and that's not the only thing. I also had to learn the emotional beats. I had to learn how to get into the character, and I had to learn everything behind what the character is saying to get into the emotion and being a good actor. In addition to that, the director asked me to take a accent reduction course to speak in a more Texas or American accent. So I don't know if you can hear that my accent is a bit more different now, or a bit more American. Maybe it is, I don't know. But I had a really strong Russian accent, although I'm not from Russia. But yeah, I got that from some people that I met in modeling industry. So yeah, I had to take a few weeks of accent reduction course, and then I also had to spend many hours for learning the manuscript, and this was really, really hard. But I love challenges as well. So yeah, it was a lot of preparation. And then before 2 weeks before we actually started shooting for the film, we had rehearsals and trainings with the other actors to go through emotions and activities that are supposed to be done before the film, just to check that everything is great. So there was many late nights and long days of preparation even before starting to shoot. Again, I was really lucky that the director had time to go through emotions and the acting of my character with me before the film, because I am not as experienced as the other actors. So I got to train, and I feel like I literally had like a whole education of acting when I have been here. So I have been really, really lucky and fortunate to grow so much and prepare myself so much for such a big opportunity. And yeah, I'm really grateful for all the help and guidance I got before to be very confident and do a proper job for this film. Okay, now I'm gonna get into how it actually is to be on set and how it actually is to be an actor and what actually happens behind the scenes. So unfortunately, I don't have any recordings or behind the scenes content right now. However, we did have a videographer to make behind the scenes content and everything that I will post later, and I'm so excited about that. But anyways, I'm gonna talk a bit more about how it actually is. I can tell you that it is extremely busy, demanding, super long days, and very little sleep, and you always have to be on. It's like maybe you have like a few minutes to just breathe a bit, and then they will ask, is Lian back on set? Back on set, we need talent back on set. And people are always asking for you. It's makeup, it's clothing, and a lot of different things happening at once. So you have to be ready for high level energy, high stress, and high demand, and people asking you to do things all the time. You have to always have good energy. You cannot be a diva on set. You have to collaborate and be good energy and always do your best, you know. And that's really hard, because as an actor, it's all about getting out your emotions, and it's always almost like you have to do a little meditation before you get into character, because you also have to do good acting. Acting is really not straightforward. It's really a talent, or actually something you train to become good at. But also, of course, you should have some kind of talent as well. Some people are maybe not meant to be actors either. Something that I found really surprising is that, you know, when you watch a movie and you see there's one scene and you think that maybe they just filmed this 1 or 2 times, well, it's not like that. For like one scene that lasts like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something, you might end up having to film that 10 times or even more. And they might want to film that scene in different directions or close-ups or further away or like in different angles, you know. So you have to be prepared for taking many takes and saying the same things over and over again. And the hardest thing about that is to actually be a good actor in every single scene, because you know, when you said something so many times, it's almost like it sounds weird and you don't even know what it means anymore. So yeah, that's really challenging as an actor, and you have to keep cool and you have to keep focused and you have to keep in that state. And then sometimes when you finally get the perfect shot, maybe the sound or the microphone, because sometimes we're like a microphone hidden inside, or there's a microphone over us that is hidden from the shot in the film. There's a lot of people around that you cannot see in the real movie, but there's like many people around set with microphones, checking the lights, people checking how the shot looks like, and assistants and a lot of different people. I don't even know what some of them are doing there. But yeah, some scenes can literally take hours to take, even though it's just a few minutes or seconds. You also have to prepare yourself for many different locations and switching locations all the time. Like in 1 week, there was so many locations and so many places to be. Another thing that is stressful about acting is that there is very little downtime. You might have a few minutes when they are changing the setup of the camera to change to a different angle or to film another part of the movie or the scene. Maybe you have some minutes to go to toilet or have a snack or something, but other than that, you always have to be ready, especially if you are the leading role, because they might want to have you in almost every single scene. Yeah, of course, there are maybe like one lunch break, even though it's 13 hours of work, maybe like two lunch breaks or food breaks, like for 1 hour. But other than that, is go, go, go all the time. So you have to really learn how to rest and take a breath when you have a moment to do that. Especially because sometimes we would shoot in the middle of the night and you wouldn't go to bed before like 6 in the morning. So you have to really learn how to work on little sleep and strategies to get as much rest as you can, even though you haven't slept in 2 days. And yeah, you have to learn how to still be a good actor, even though you're extremely tired. So one of the things that I did, my character was a bit crazy. So I used that tiredness and frustration that I had when I was really tired to really get into character. So when I was really tired and frustrated, I would put that energy onto that character so it would suit in a way, because luckily that suited that character. So yeah, you really have to learn how to use your weakness as a strength. Now I'm gonna get into some of my techniques, other techniques as well, to really get through the busyness of this and to always stay high energy and to perform good as an actor. Some of the things that I did and made sure of to feel fresh and do as good as I can was obviously to, as I said, to learn how to rest in between and meditate, take some breath. This is also really, really important to be in the moment, because when you're an actor, it's super important to be able to get into the character and to really feel that you are that person, so you do a good job. And other things is to always bring with you and drink a lot of water, bring coffee with you, bring some fruits for some extra energy. Eat light food, not too heavy, because food can make you a bit sleepy, you know, and you don't want to be bloated on set either and feel really, really shit and heavy in your stomach. So it's definitely important to maybe bring your own snacks or even your own food with you, in case the food they have there is not as healthy. Also, another thing I did was to take some cold showers in between if I had time for that, because we were shooting in like sometimes 30 degrees and that shit makes you really tired. When you have time, or when I had time for it and could finally go home and rest a bit, if I had more time than usual, I would try to go for some walks just to like stretch up, get some lymphatic drainage, and yeah, just try to rest as much as possible, I guess. Now I want to get into what my biggest challenge was, and also my best experience so far being an actor. So my biggest challenge definitely was the 2 days that I experienced that we have to stay awake until 4 in the night to play 2 scenes that were supposed to be filmed in the dark or in the night, and those 2 days were like 13 hours of work, so it was really, really challenging. I never drink Red Bull, but I had to drink Red Bull at that time to stay awake. And then another big challenge was on day 6 of shooting, when we had already had many very intense days of shootings. I was really tired and I couldn't remember my script or my script properly. I had issues with remembering it because all my lines were really similar, so it was really hard to remember them in the right number. I guess it was really hard to remember them. So luckily I got some help to really get into the character, and the character was supposed to be crying and or like really emotional. It was really challenging for me to get into that day because I was just so tired. But then I just thought about something sad. I had to use something sad to get into the character and do a better acting for that day because I felt so dead. And I remember I just started to cry like crazy much. I don't even know how I managed to do that. And I suddenly started to bleed from my nose just out of the blue. I think it was just because I was a bit stressed and stuff. And everybody on the crew or on the team was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I was like, "Okay, let's start filming." And they were like, "Okay, shit, yes." So I like crazy person crying with my nose bleeding, and I was like, "Okay, let's start filming. This is perfect." So yeah, you have to be really tough in this industry, and you do everything for the camera to get into character, really. 30 degrees, 30, 40 degrees outside. It was sweating, it was warm. There was no time to go to the bathroom. And yeah, that was probably one of the toughest days that I ever had. It was emotionally draining and physically draining, and I already was lacking so much sleep, and I was just really struggling. In the end, I really just wanted to go do a good job, and somehow I managed to do that. I think also another challenge is obviously memory, to remember lines, but at the same time, I feel like I managed it better than I thought. I thought I had a bad memory, but if I'm able to learn that many pages of script, then maybe I underestimated myself. And I think my best experience from being an actor so far is probably, I don't know, it's just I love being an actor. It's the feeling of accomplishing and people liking what you do, and you know, saying good things to you, like, "Oh my god, you did so good on this role," or "You did so good for this scene," or people, you know, giving you compliments. That's a really good feeling, like the accomplishment of doing a good job, especially when you're so passionate about it. I think that's one of my best experiences. Also, just being around creative people, who work this much because they're so passionate about what they're doing, being around cool creative people, and also meeting other super nice actors to play with, and sometimes making mistakes and everybody's laughing. I mean, that has been some really good experiences. I remember one time I was playing a scene in a restaurant, and when I walked out of the room while we was filming, I didn't know that it was glass instead of a door. So I was gonna go through out of the restaurant, but I just went straight into the glass, like bam. Because I thought it was you could just go through it, and everybody started laughing, and it was just so funny because I love to make people laugh. And I think everybody needed a laugh because everybody was really, really tired and sleep deprived. So that was a really fun experience, actually. I don't know, like every time I go on set, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna nail this, and I'm so excited. So yeah, I don't know, like it's hard to decide what is the best thing to do. Also, just seeing some of the content, like short clips of what we have done, is also super, super fun. Anyways, that is just a bit of my acting experience so far. I'm still not finished with the film now, but we have gone through some of the hardest scenes already. It's been super, super busy, and soon I'm gonna post a real behind the scenes video that is shot professionally, and probably I'll make another YouTube video about this. Please ask any questions you want about how it is to be an actor, or any other videos you want me to make in the future. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and kisses!